think I'm gonna be sick.
Why? Why? Just why?
No. What's going on, everybody? Emilio here from the Epic Collective. No need for more intro, no need for nothing. We gotta talk about something serious right now. This is very urgent. This video is probably gonna be going up before our usual Friday posts. Probably either Wednesday or Thursday or Tuesday, depending on if I can get this out tonight. But we gotta talk about something real serious right now. So, if you watched the Super Bowl, which, first of all, interesting game. Defense played great. We're gonna leave it at that. You probably know, if you're a kid between the ages of anything and anything, that there was a petition going around for SpongeBob Sweet Victory, the song from Band Geeks, the episode, to play at the halftime show in commemoration for Steven Hillenburg, who was the creator of SpongeBob, who tragically, of course, died of ALS just a couple of months ago. So I'm sure you've all seen the clip. I'll put a link in the description below if you haven't seen what's going on. But by now, everybody should probably know what's going on. So we start with Maroon 5, which not a great performance from them. The first two songs, Adam Levine was definitely flat, definitely off key, whatever. The band sounded all right. It was a little bit tight, but that's besides the point. And there'd been all this buildup. There'd been all this hype to having SpongeBob be in the halftime show to show respect to Steven, the creator. But no, instead, we got absolutely screwed. So they start with the intro, right? Of course, you can tell that there is new animation that had been done in preparation for the Super Bowl. The beginning there, the animation with Squidward, it looked newer, and it was done recently within the last week of the Super Bowl. And they started the trumpets, right? The iconic part of the episode when they start playing those trumpets. And then they go into some song. I'm not even sure what the song was called until recently. Apparently it's called Sicko Mode. Don't like that kind of music, so I'm not really gonna say that it's a good song or a bad song, but all I'm gonna say is that was not what we were hoping for. That's not what the nation was hoping for. That's not what the millions of people watching around the world were hoping for. Now, of course you could say, it's just a cartoon. Why are you ranting so much? It's just a cartoon. Of course the creator died. When people die, that sucks. But who cares? You got your 5, 7, 10 seconds of fame that you wanted anyway. Well, to those people, I say, you're wrong. If you grew up watching SpongeBob, or still watch SpongeBob like myself occasionally, you'll know that this cartoon was pretty much your childhood, and it was my childhood for sure. Countless hours upon hours upon hours of watching SpongeBob, watching episodes upon episodes. I'm 20 and I'm still quoting SpongeBob to this day. Or if something happens, it's like, oh, it's just like that episode in SpongeBob, you know? Who doesn't say, "Where's the leak, ma'am?" Now, you guys know that there was a petition. There was over 1 million people who signed the petition to have the halftime show be Sweet Victory, the song, and the video clip, or in some sort of form, the song Sweet Victory, just to pay homage to Steven Hillenburg. And we just got completely screwed, guys. We got completely screwed. I will say, today is the 5th of February, so it's been a couple days since the Super Bowl, and I will say props to the National Hockey League, in specific, the team in Dallas. Can't remember exactly the name. I think it might be the Sparks, Dallas Sparks maybe, something like that. They did play the Sweet Victory song at their halftime show. It just kind of frustrates me, because if you look at it from a marketing / just NFL as an organization side, if they would have played Sweet Victory, they would have been in most people's good book just by playing the clip or playing part of the song or anything. And of course, a lot of people were already watching the halftime show, so I guess in the long run, it wouldn't have really mattered that it would bring more people in to watch, but it could have brought more viewers to their YouTube channel or to their website or whatever. And just from that aspect alone, the NFL just completely messed up. They had a golden opportunity to get in everybody's good book, to be on everybody's good side, at least momentarily, and just did this little thing. I mean, was it really gonna hurt them if they did play it? Probably not whatsoever, because then everybody would have said, wow, that's one of the greatest Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. But like I said, instead, now it's gonna be considered one of the worst Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. It really just seems like a letdown and a huge disrespect to everybody who petitioned, everybody who really wanted this to happen, the people at Nickelodeon who probably really wanted this to happen too. I mean, basically a legend died, not basically, a legend did die. And people were like, hey, NFL, this would be a golden opportunity for you guys to be like, you know what? Here, we'll give you guys the nod, and we'll give you guys what you want, so we can say, you know what? Steven Hillenburg touched millions upon millions of people's lives through his creative work and his show, obviously, SpongeBob. I'm sure many of you are in the same boat as me. I just feel cheated, and I feel disrespected, and I'm sad, and I'm angry, and the only part about this that I'm happy is that the halftime show is over now and we don't have to think about it anymore. Ultimately, is it the end of the world? Of course not. But it really feels like it, doesn't it, guys? It really just makes me upset, because I would have preferred for them to just not play it at all, rather than playing the 7 or 10 or 5 seconds that they did. Because if they wouldn't have played it at all, it would have just been like, dang, that didn't happen, and that really sucks. But the fact that they teased or played whatever sort of clip that they did, just to go into a different song that sure is probably a popular song. I'm not really sure, since I don't listen to that music. Sure, it's a popular song, but it's not what the fans wanted at all. And just to reiterate my point about, if the NFL would have done this and they would have played the song, or at least had Maroon 5 play the song, or Travis Scott play part of the song, or Big Boy, or any sort of part that alluded to the song more than just that beginning trumpet part, I think we can all agree, like I've said before, that we pretty much grew up on SpongeBob. And when we heard that Steven died, it was just one of those, no, there's no way, man. This guy is an absolute legend. And of course, he died of ALS. I'll put a link in the description as well for more information if you guys are curious, or you want to go to the ALS Foundation and donate to help find a cure for ALS. I mean, am I still going to be watching the NFL? Probably. Is it the smart thing to do, even though I'm absolutely outraged? Probably not. And then as far as just the rest of the Super Bowl performance itself, I kind of talked about it already, but I thought Adam Levine on the first 1 to 2, maybe even 3 songs didn't really sound that great, which is surprising. I'm not really a big Maroon 5 fan, but I do know that Adam Levine generally has a pretty decent voice. And yeah, the first couple of songs, I was just thinking, man, he needs to really step up his game. And then, like I said, I don't really listen to like the Travis Scotts of the world and the rap music or whatever you want to call it, really. So it sounded to me like he was trying to get everybody hyped. I thought Travis Scott's performance was It sounded like he was just trying to get the crowd hyped, and he was just screaming into the microphone as best he could, really. And then Big Boy's performance was pretty all right, coming in a classy style in that car. But, once again, even then, it didn't really seem like the best halftime performance that I've seen. Anyway, final thoughts. They did SpongeBob dirty. They did Steven dirty. And it just seems like a big middle finger from the NFL to the fans, to Nickelodeon, to Steven Hillenburg, and the list goes on. It just doesn't seem right what they did at all. And, props to the NHL, like I said, or at least the Dallas Sparks, I'm pretty sure that's what the team is, for playing it and recognizing that, hey, this is what people want for halftime shows. One of my hopes, I guess, quote unquote, is that some of the other professional sports teams or organizations realize that, hey, if people are gonna watch our network, our program, come to our venues, and we should definitely play it. And from that point of view, it would be the smartest thing to do if, let's say, Major League Soccer just decided to start playing the song at halftime or of a match, or let's say Major League Baseball at the World Series now plays that as the halftime performance, or they play it right before the team wins or after the team wins, or something like that. I think you guys kind of get the point. Like I know that the NASCAR organization, I just saw a thing just now as I was doing this video, that the NASCAR organization said that, what are you looking forward to most seeing? And one of the options was having there be some sort of SpongeBob Sweet Victory song or rendition or something played during the Daytona 500. I think that's what it is next. I don't follow NASCAR, so I'm not really sure. So that would be a huge thing if all of a sudden everybody besides the NFL just decided to start playing, because it's pretty much free marketing and free advertisement. All they have to do is find the clip and ask Nickelodeon, I think, just to be like, hey, can we use the clip? Or hey, can you change this or change that? And I'm sure it would be at some sort of price. But in the end, it's really just, hey, we're gonna start playing this, and if we're gonna play it and this is what the fans want, maybe we can bring in more people. Like, let's just say the NHL starts doing that as a regular thing. All of a sudden, people become NHL fans, and they're starting to go to the games, buying the merchandise, doing this and doing that, and which is helping grow the NHL. And from the NFL perspective, now people are always going to think, well, they're the league that totally screwed this up, while all the other leagues are going in the right direction. So I guess those are just some of my thoughts about it. I could keep going, honestly, but in the end, it just really feels like a slap in the face to a lot of young adults, older adults, kids, etc. Especially after this is something that the fans wanted, and the petition, of course, and then of course the actual Super Bowl performance was not as up to par as it probably could have been if it was somebody else or they executed it better. Really, it's just disappointment when it comes down to it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just keep watching that episode over and over again until eventually the pain goes away. But who knows? Maybe the NFL will redeem themselves at the NFL draft. I highly doubt it. I just think the NFL goofed on this one, really. I really think they missed a big opportunity to make a lot of people happy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Emilio from the Epic Collective. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, ring that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a video. And until next time, stay epic. See you guys. This is literally the best part of the entire song. Yep. That's how it should have been, guys.